It is time to crown a national champion. Thank you for joining us here on NCAA.com. It is the Division II Cross Country Championships taking place from southeastern Wisconsin, Kenosha to be precise, and the campus of the University of Wisconsin, Parkside. My name is Greg Rakestraw. Thank you for joining us for NCAA.com's coverage of first the Women's 6K Championship, and then an hour or so from now, the Men's 10K Championship. We'll have awards to showcase for you coming up a little bit later on as well. This course has been host to championship events for nearly 50 years. It has been some time since we have had the Division II National Championship at this facility. Let's show you some of the teams that we'll be focused on, and obviously there is very much a Colorado feel to this. Adams State, School of Mines, Colorado Springs, and Western Colorado. They are teams 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the latest coaches poll. But as the team that has something of a home course advantage being Grand Valley State, they're located in Michigan, so a closer to here. However, because they and Wisconsin Parkside are members of the GLIAC, they are used to running at this facility, whether it's region, GLIAC meet, etc. And Grand Valley State comes in not just with their standard strong team, as they are always a contender for a national championship. They also have the reigning national champion that returns. That would be Lauren Kiley, who heads up our runners to watch in terms of today's race. I'll get you to Grace Strongman as well, because there was basically the equivalent of a national preview meet that was held here, albeit in warmer conditions, on September the 27th. And again, the men ran this event as an 8K. The championship is 10. Women's race is similar, 6K in both. Strongman won that one by 3 seconds. One of the 3 finishers that went 1, 2, 3 from the Ore Diggers of the Colorado School of Mines. Her finishing time some 7 weeks ago, 20 minutes, 36.71 seconds. Let's tell you about this course. And again, the animation we have here is wonderful. You have this huge open starting area, but then as you can see, pretty wide path, but things are very wooded. Now, again, the leaves have fallen. There's a little less coverage that we have here in the middle of November. But the thing that you'll notice, there's kind of one crossover point after mile number 1. But the rest of this is truly a circuit. 34 teams are a part of this championship, not to mention individuals who have qualified even if their team is not. So this is a huge wide picture that we have for you here at the start of this race. Let's acknowledge what the weather conditions are, and yes, for some this will be chilly, but I can tell you there was snow on the ground a couple of weeks ago. It has since warmed back up. And of note, not much in the way of wind, and we are just a handful of miles off the shores of Lake Michigan. So the fact that it's above freezing in late November at this point, and the fact there's not much wind, this is about as balmy of conditions as you are going to expect to run in this race today. Love the pageantry, love the flags, love the celebration that you see. Again, 24 of these teams qualified their way in by being a top 3 finisher in regional races that took place. And then 10 teams were invited after that. Individuals, of course, race their way in. One of the great things that we will do, obviously this race is just seconds away from starting. We're going to show you every participant in today's race. You'll see what we mean in terms of a graphic that will populate on the screen after the race gets going to introduce you to the combatants in this field. Again, we expect a finishing time somewhere in the 20-minute range today. Of course, different course last year, different conditions, but winning time last year was 20 minutes, 28.5 seconds. Well, this angle we can show you, and obviously our drone footage that gives you these wonderful angles of everything that is taking place here. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us, wherever you may be watching from this championship. is now underway. There is no pavement that is crossed at any point in time on this course. This is an all natural terrain course. You see so many wonderful Division II institutions that will be represented in today's event. And so much space here at this startway to allow the field to merge together. Never truly a narrow path, so should not be an overabundance of having to jockey for position here early in this race. You see the rankings obviously next to the team names, and you see so many of these highly rated teams that come from the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference from the state of Colorado. Of course, East Stroudsburg representing the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference, just as the Fighting Scots of Edinburgh are doing. Flagler coming to us from Florida, where obviously it's going to be a little bit chilly for those ladies coming from the state of Florida. That's what made some of those fans that weren't exactly wearing much all the more impressive. They're from Chico State in California, not used to this type of weather this early. Lee there, then we'll talk extensively about Lee on the men's side, where they're one of the top 5 teams in the nation. So just really starting to get going. See Colorado School of Mines well represented with 2 runners in that lead pack. Again, not all of these teams ran the meet that was here on September the 27th. School of Mines did. It had finishers in spots 1, 2, and 3. And the timing and scoring that we have available to us is absolutely tremendous. We are already approaching being 1/6 of the way through this event. And again, as you can see, path narrows obviously as we go through what is such a wooded track. This is a combination cross-country course, combination cross-country skiing, which in snowpack will be down here soon enough, but also frankly a nature preserve. This is a wonderful use of this land, as we are slotted in between I-94 on its way towards Milwaukee and Lake Michigan. You see some of the top individuals now that are on your screen that qualified their way in. Even though their teams are not here, they get to represent in terms of this national championship. Not surprisingly, Grand Valley has a couple of runners in terms of the lead pack. In terms of elevation and undulation, you've got about a 60-foot rise and fall throughout the course of our event today. There is as much uphill in the opening mile as possible. We'll have another kind of kick upwards at about the 3-mile mark. And again, we'll have splits for you at 1K, 2K, 3K. Then our last split before the finish is at the 3-mile mark, which technically is at the 4.8 kilometers. So that's at about the 80% finish of this race. But again, timing and scoring flying through, and you also see how things are shaping up from a team standpoint as well. Adams State, our defending champion. It has been Adams State and Grand Valley State that have alternated championships on the women's side. Adams State has won 4 of the last 5 we have competed. Grand Valley State the winner 2 years ago. Grand Valley also winning it in 2018 and 2016. We have contested this championship at a Division II level since 1981, and there are 4 institutions that remain in Division II that have won this. Grand Valley State numerous times, Adams State numerous times. Western State took a slew of championships 3 consecutive years from 2000 to 2002. Augustana of South Dakota was the winner back in 2011. And again, sometimes we'll have these more higher angled shots just because, again, of the tree line here. We're doing a great job to provide as coverage as best we can, but such is the nature of a natural terrain course that there'll be times we're going to exactly have the tightest of shots for you. But certainly hope you're appreciating our coverage today here on NCAA.com. Currently Sophia Tarud of Winona State of Minnesota leading the field. That was through the 1K split. Allie Arnsman of Grand Valley State in second. Paige Mullen of Pittsburgh State third. Ava O'Connor of Adams State in fourth. And Claire Rethman, representing the Walsh Cavaliers of the Great Midwest Athletic Conference, was in fifth. Our defending national champion in Lauren Kiley was in sixth. But again, it's all pretty relative. I just rattled off 6 runners, and this was nearly a kilometer ago. And the separation between that group was less than a second. So now you start to see the lead pack. If this was Formula One, we'd say kind of snaking through the S's here, kind of the open prairie portion of the course. And now starting to get back on our lead terrain again. We will have another split coming up here very much in a matter of moments. School of Mines, Grand Valley, Wingate well represented. But again, not much in the way of separation in this pack happening yet. And again, folks, we are now both in terms of time and in terms of distance already 1/3 of the way through this event. See some of the runners from West Texas there mid-pack. Wingate's runner is out front. You see kind of the neon colors of Adams State that they are running in today. Ava O'Connor and Tristan Spence, who finished 9th in this event, the preview event, back on September the 27th, currently in 3rd. Grace Strongman, who won that event, is currently in 4th. And Emily Lamena now in 5th. Again, Kylie stays in 6th. Her teammate, Abby Vanderkoy of Grand Valley State, another senior like Kylie. And very little separation in this field. There you see the team score Grand Valley is doing. Right now it's neck and neck between they and School of Mines and Wingate just behind them. So little separating those 3 teams at this stage of the race. Haven't talked much about Wingate just yet. Their best finish as a women's squad of the national championship is 5th. It's the 12th time that their women have raced in the national final as a team. Their women's team rated number 8. So Wingate developing potentially as a story here, being in the number 3 position. Again, folks, this is where you appreciate the technology. Having this drone footage available to us gives you such a wonderful view and allows us to show you, frankly, a lot more of this course than we ever could without it. And we will have a split coming up here at the 3K mark at the midway moment. And conditions, while chilly, about as perfect as you could ask for. Temperatures in the upper 30s and not much in the way of wind. Starting to see now a little bit of separation. One solo flyer out front. That runner being from Adams State. Now we've got the 2nd place runner really starting to track her down. But as you'd expect, as we hit the halfway marker, now you're getting back to starting to thin the field out a little bit. And as we make this right-hand turn, again, this lovely wooded course, we are entering really what is the most downhill section of this course. It will flatten out, elevate again, then somewhat of a steep drop as we get to our finish line for this 6K event. Halfway through, both in time and distance. Tristan Spence of Adams State is your leader. Grace Strongman of Colorado School of Mines currently in second. Ava O'Connor of Adams State checks it in third. At the 3K mark, Spence's lead over Strongman had elevated to 2.7 seconds. Colorado dominance of this event continues. We've mentioned some of the teams. We have not mentioned Fort Lewis. Hannah Hartwell is currently in fourth. Emily LaMania is in fifth from School of Mines. Colorado athletes, from a college perspective, currently going 1 through 5. Then you get to more of the Midwestern-based athletes. Vander Koy of Grand Valley State and Kylie 6th and 7th. Claire Rethman currently in 8th. Our early leader, and Sophia Tarud from Winona State, is in 10th. Lexi Herr is currently in 9th. Grand Valley has 3 of the top 11 runners, as Arnsman is currently in 11th. So from a team perspective, things are going well for Grand Valley. Nobody in that top 5 just yet. We might mention Wingate may be in line for their best finish in the women's side of things. They currently have athletes 14th, 15th, and 16th, including the Besters, Abigail and Kiara, both freshmen, separated by all of 0.3 of a second. But they're on your screen. You see the battle between School of Mines and Grand Valley State. And again, those numbers ridiculously low. Obviously, a perfect score in this sport is a 15. So to have two teams that have a depth of field such as we do at 25 and 30 certainly catches your attention. But we are only halfway home. A little more than that now. Again, you see we're looping back around the course while going on different terrain. As you can clearly tell, this is our start-finish line. So down to 2.2 kilometers left to go. And the lead for Spence at the last check was 2.7 seconds. We are 0.2 of a kilometer before we get to our next check. You see the splits that she has run so far. Phenomenal pace, and honestly a pretty steady pace. Able to run that second K in 3:19. Able to run that third K at 3:17. So Spence is beginning quicker as this race has developed. And there is some significant space for Spence. Again, when Spence ran this event, again, not to level the championship, tapering and how you build up to events is obviously different. But just for a frame of reference, she was the 8th place finisher at the national level meet that took place at this facility on September the 27th. And of note, a pace she is clearly on pace to beat, but her pace that day was 21:36.71. And again, we think something mid-20s is likely what we're looking at here. So again, timing and scoring is starting to update now. Spence's lead at last check is up to 8 seconds. Strongman stays second. Hartwell has jumped from 4th to 3rd. Vander Koy has made the move from 6th to 4th. LaMania has stayed steady for School of Mines at 5th. And as Ava O'Connor in 6th, Lauren Kiley has dropped back a couple of spots. She is currently in 8th. Claire Rethman having a really nice race for the Walsh Cavaliers, currently in 7th. Western Colorado, Allison Beasley in 9th, and again, Sophia Tarud is in 10th. So again, you can kind of quickly do the math and start counting the logos. Grand Valley has 3 runners that are inside of the top 13. By the way, do you want to note, and the logo kind of flew by as obviously this is populating, and it's so wonderful to have this data to be able to share with you in terms of the broadcast, but we do have an athlete from Simon Fraser that is running in this event, so we do have a school from Canada being represented. In fact, Canada was played before the meet, as was the Star Spangled Banner as well. And you see some of the splits. So team scores are a bit of a mix right now. Grand Valley State and Colorado School of Mines neck and neck. Just 2 points of separation. There is a chance that maybe even a displacer could have an effect on this national championship. There you see 1 through 5. So right now Grand Valley's 5th scoring runner is O'Malley in 30th. Wall is the 5th scoring runner for School of Mines, currently in 36th. And again, our graphics program, tremendous. So these are the teams that are key. Who is the last runner that is going to score for you? So right now, clearly, the fastest 5th place runner is Maggie O'Malley. That could be the difference in deciding this championship. It certainly appears to be a 2-team race as far as the team element is concerned between the Lakers and the Ore Diggers. Wingate somewhat comfortably in 3rd, which again, that would be their best finish in their women's program history. Their previous best was 5th in terms of 2021. Again, folks, this it's not a sprint, mind you, but this race really does tend to go in a blink of an eye. We are down to our final kilometer, coming back in just a matter of moments. And again, we should have one more split that will pop up anytime, people to tell you and give you what kind of our last check will be before it's simply the eyeball test for the final K of this race. And with Spence, it had an 8-second lead at the 4K mark. As you can tell, and not surprisingly, that gap has narrowed a little bit. I think the story would have been if somebody would have won this race by that type of margin. So approaching the 17-minute mark, we think this race will wrap in the 3-minute-ish range. Again, last year's winning time, different location, different course. That was won by Kylie of Grand Valley State at 20 minutes, 28.5 seconds. Trending to a very similar number here. Now you kind of make the turn back towards the finishing line. As the path narrows, we'll start to see a little more daylight coming out of the trees, and it is a sprint for what is left. Down to half a kilometer left to go, and again, we think it's going to be about 2.5 minutes before we start to see a finish. Spence's lead at 10 seconds at the 4.8K time check. Spence's lead at 10 seconds. Spence 1, now it populates Strongman 2. Vanderkoy has bumped up to 3rd for Grand Valley, which is why you see their lead has slightly increased in the team race to a total of 4 points. LaMania is up to 4th for School of Mines. Rethman's having a great race for Wall. She has slowly and steadily been climbing. She is up to 5th. Hannah Hartwell for Fort Lewis is in 6th. Ava O'Connor in 7th. Allison Beasley in 8th. Kylie is in 9th. And again, Sophia Tarut has been in the 10th position for Winona State. Lexi Herr of School of Mines is 11th. Allie Arnsmouth is currently in 12th. Rounding up the top 15, Emily McCullough of Fort Hays State. Allison Kuzma of Hillsdale. And Paige Mullen of Pittsburgh State. Those are your top 15 at the last check. It is a run to daylight at this point. The 6K has absolutely flown by. We appreciate you spending a brief sliver of your morning with us, one that has a championship involved. You see that kind of wall of humanity that begins, that lets the runners know we are about to our finishing kick, and your eyes can tell you from this drone shot, the finish line is starting to become in sight. Tristan Spence of Adams State had a 10-second lead at the last time check. And there is all kind of daylight heading down that straightaway. Spence, a junior at Adams State. And while she will have to have a finishing kick, she has a tremendous amount of time and distance Tristan Spence again. When you've got time to look over your shoulder, you know you have had a phenomenal race. Congratulations as she crosses the finish line. Our winning time, 20 minutes in the vicinity of 12 seconds. So Spence is in, Strongman is in. Our third and fourth place finishers are now in. Again, tremendous effort being given here by anybody. You see so many runners that just absolutely have nothing left to give once they cross that finish line. The official time for Spence is now on your screen, 20:11 flat. So Spence 1, Strongman 2, Reffman finishes 3, Hartwell 4th, Beasley works her way to 5th. Abby Vanderkoy in 6th. Emily LaMania in 7th. And again, now you're getting so many of the participants that have a chance to finish. And we will stay on this shot or something like it. Obviously, we tend to focus on the lead pack and try to give you as much of the course as we possibly can. But this is our way, just as we had the graphic to show you everyone that was participating, try to show you everybody finishing. O'Connor, her, and Mullen wrap up the top 10. Last year's national champ in Kylie is in 11th. McCullough of Fort Hays State finishes 12th. Kuzma of Hillsdale will finish in 13th. Difference between 1st and 10th, by the way, 22 seconds. As more names begin to populate, we will pass them along to you. And obviously now you are starting to try to track teams and see exactly from a team championship how this is going to shape up. So we are 2 minutes now past when our race winner in Spence was able to claim the individual championship. And 34 teams represented, and many other schools represented by having an individual. It's the Arnsman for Grand Valley, who was their third place runner, finishes in 15th. Mello for Grand Valley is in 17th. That bodes very well from the team perspective as far as the Lakers are concerned. Maggie O'Malley finishes in 5th at 22. Right now, School of Mines and Grand Valley State, both at 31 points. Sierra Wall finished 21st for School of Mines. LaMania finishes 7th. Strongman finishes 2nd. So we are tracking that as we go. Now 3.5 minutes upon conclusion. Well, right now School of Mines wins it by a point. Against Grant. Now Grand Valley kind of flops back. So again, we're dealing with timing and scoring kind of changing things up. We knew it was going to be tight. Congratulations to all of these athletes. Getting to race at a national championship. Representing themselves and their schools. Right now, Wingate in line for their best finish. We knew there'd be a heavy dose of Colorado finishers. Now you see Grand Valley. They think they've got it won by 5 points. Runner from Palm Beach Atlantic just coming across the finish line. And Strongman 2nd, 7th, her 9th, Wall 21st, Margot Bassart in 35th. And congratulations to Wingate, one of their best finishes. Just a great team effort. No runner better than 18th for Wingate. And it certainly appears to be the Grand Valley State Lakers have claimed another team championship there second in 3 years. And again, they came in as the #1 rated squad. For Grand Valley, it'd be their 4th win in the last decade. It would be the 7th win since 2012. And again, there you see the team-by-team comparison. Again, scores tend to change as times get sorted out. But now we're looking at a 4-point differential between GVSU and Colorado School of Mines. Adams State and Western Colorado rounding out your top 5 finishers. And you understand the emotions at the completion of a race. Kylie may not be happy with her individual effort today, but she can revel in a team championship. And love to see the sportsmanship from the runner from Lee, offering her thoughts and congratulations as well. And our award ceremony is set for 1:15 Eastern Time. Our men's race is set to take place about 30 or so minutes from now. Let's run you through the team standings. We've given you the top 5. Let's expand that a bit. Grand Valley 1, Colorado School of Mines 2, Wingate 3, Adams State 4, Western Colorado 5, Colorado Springs 6, Cedarville. We didn't talk much about Cedarville today. Congratulations, Cedarville. They finished 7th. There's the individual finishers that we touched on. And Spence winning it by 6 seconds. Well, the Chico State finishes 8th, West Texas A&M 9th. Thunderwolves of CSU Pueblo come in spot number 10. Nona State also getting a top 11 finish here. So I believe all of our finishers now have completed the course here at the Wayne Donnell National Cross Country Course. So we will step aside. We'll give our camera operators and crew a bit of a break, and we will rejoin you before the men's 10K. Congratulations. Grand Valley State is your team national champion. Kristen Spence of Adams State is your individual national champion in women's Division II cross country. Men's race about a half an hour from now here on NCAA.com. We welcome you back to Kenosha, Wisconsin, and the campus of the University of Wisconsin at Parkside. It is now time for our men's 10K race for the Division II Cross Country Championship. My name is Greg Rakestraw. Thank you so much for joining us on NCAA.com. Women's race won as a team by Grand Valley State. The men trying to do something similar. The individual champion coming from Adams State University earlier this morning. Thanks so much for joining us again on NCAA.com. Let's show you some of the key teams that will be competing in today's championship. Wingate, Adams State, Colorado School of Mines, Grand Valley State, and Lee of Tennessee. Those are the teams that are rated in the top 5 in the final coaches poll heading into this event. Again, last year, it was Colorado School of Mines beating Wingate by 3 points to determine our national champion when that was raced in Sacramento, California. That is from the team standpoint. How about some individuals that we'll be keying on in today's race? Well, one of those is here as an individual. That is Ramon Rodriguez out of Tiffin. He is one of 2 Tiffin Dragons racing in this event, not as a team, but again as individuals. Heenis Bekeshaw of Adams State and Paul Knight of Colorado School of Mines, kind of our top 3 combatants. But in this group, you've got some of those that are racing as individuals in today's race. We'll see exactly how that plays out in terms of this one. Now, again, this race is really just an hour 15 after the start of the women's race, but conditions are a little bit different from a weather standpoint. First of all, I can tell you, it's gotten cloudier. Not that I'm sure that's that big of a difference because of the temperatures that we have in terms of today's event. 43 degrees, so it is a little bit warmer. Wind is coming from the south-southwest, which is probably better than coming from the east, which means it is we be coming off of the lake. Again, Lake Michigan is basically 3 miles from where we are broadcasting to you today for this championship event. That is the way the weather shapes up. Here is the way the course shapes up. And again, if you're watching our previous race, that was 6K. This is 10K. So we go a little bit differently in terms of exactly how things kind of play out at this point. As you can tell, that's 6K. We basically then come back and run I wouldn't say a second loop, but we run the northern half of the course to some degree a second time. So there is some terrain here that our athletes will see twice. What is very unique about this course is that there is not a stretch of pavement that they have to cross here at the Danal National Championship course. You can there see 2 of the Tiffin Dragons. On the right is Ramon Rodriguez out of Madrid, and thought to be one of the favorites in this event. And as we referenced during the course of the women's race earlier, there was a race earlier this year on this course that served as a bit of a national preview. Difference is, though, on the women's race, it was 6K versus 6K. On the men's race, it was 8K versus 10K. So not exactly an apples-to-apples comparison. In that event, Ramon Rodriguez finished second to Ahmed Ibrahim of Alabama Huntsville. Again, 24 teams comprised that were qualified their way in. Then 10 teams that were invited to be here in this championship. And again, interspersed amongst the teams that you will see will be those individuals that qualified their way in, normally top 3 in a given region. And one thing that we will continue from our morning race is at the start of this race, you will see every competitor that is taking to the course today. We will show you every team and every individual. And we will kind of do that at the end of the race as well. Our goal will be to show you every finisher that we have today. We'll do that for you here on NCAA.com. Just moments away from things getting underway here at the Wayne E. Danal National Cross Country Course. The Rangers of Wisconsin Parkside, a wonderful host. That is the campus you see just up the hill. We'll run all around this tract of land that serves as a national level cross country course, a nature preserve, and when the snow comes down, cross country skiing as well. but it's just cross country we're focused on today. This Division II championship is underway. And these athletes will run through this portion of the course twice. We will run through our field alphabetically. So literally from A to Z, you will see the teams that have brought 7 combatants. Obviously 5 will score. Runners 6 and 7 can be displacers. And yes, you may have noticed before Anderson of South Carolina, the Sea Wolves of Alaska Anchorage have made their way here as well. Of course, Anchorage and Fairbanks, both members of NCAA Division II. Women's race, the winner was Tristan Spence of Adams State. 20 minutes and 11 seconds. We are thinking somewhere in the 31-minute range is what we are looking for in terms of a potential winner in this event. We will have time checks for you at 1K, 2.2K, 3.2K, which is equivalent to 2 miles, 4.2K, 5K, 6.8K, 8K, and 0.7 of a kilometer before our 10K finish. Again, as you would expect, not much in the way of separation here in the early going. It really took till about the midway moment of the race where Spence made her charge to the lead in the women's event, and frankly had built an 11-second lead that turned into a 6-second lead at the finish. She really didn't have to have any sort of finishing kick to close things out. And I love seeing the flags in the celebration, and you will see this shot a lot. This extended drone shot. Again, there are parts of the course where we'll have cameras, you'll get plenty of face shots and great looks at our combatants, and there will be other times where, simply put, we're going to be watching overhead. But again, we can now bring this sport to you in an absolute great fashion. And there's pretty good elevation climb early. It's relatively flat for the next mile. Really goes downhill before mile marker 2 and before mile marker 3. And we kind of elevate back up by the time we get to mile marker number 4. Big drop at mile 5, right back up. And of course, 6.2 miles is what we are running. There you see some of the individuals that maybe you have 2 runners from a given school that have qualified for this championship. See Missouri Southern and Tiffin, as mentioned earlier, both have a pair of runners here. And we will make this turn towards the north end of the course, and this is a part of the course that we will see run a couple of different times in the 10K variation. Really isn't much in the way of kind of the open prairie part of the course. This is it. Most of this is tree lined. Very wide path, though. There are certain parts of the course, of course, that are more narrow than others, but nothing that is really kind of cramping, and there's not in terms of the way of having to jostle for position, especially spread out over a 10K race. So Evan Horgan of Lewis runs the first K in sub 3 minutes. Borse of West Texas A&M, Joaquin Campos of Wingate, Corey Bowers of Saginaw Valley State, all level on time. And it's Begashaw from Adams State, Dawson Gunn from Colorado School of Mines, Luca Papi of Wingate, Kobe Freza of Grand Valley State, Paul Knight from School of Mines, and Brody Kemble from Northwest Nazarene that round out your top 10. And the very early returns, Adams State, School of Mines, Wingate, Saginaw Valley, and Grand Valley. Schools from Colorado very well represented on both the women's and men's side. Maybe not as dominant in terms of the men's event or how we think things will play out versus the women's event. Grand Valley State won the team competition on the women's side by 4 points. In terms of teams of this field and recent success, Colorado School of Mines, last year's champions over Wingate. Literally, Wingate was the opposite of that in 2023. School of Mines won it in 22. Grand Valley won it in 2021. School of Mines was your winner in 19. Grand Valley in 18. Adams State won it 5 times, really 6 times in the course of 8 years. You get the point. A lot of the similar names that we are talking about are going to be contenders. And maybe one difference that you will see in terms of kind of where teams ranked and stacked up, etc. Lee did have athletes in the women's championship, but Lee is going to be much more of a factor out of Cleveland, Tennessee here in terms of the men's race. Get our next time split comes your way at 2.2 kilometers. Not only can we show you the athletes running the course in this fashion, you see their teammates that didn't qualify for this meet, or friends and family get to run the course as well, trying to get the absolute best vantage point that we can give to you. Very little separation here. Nearly a quarter of the way through this race. School of Mines has 3 of the runners towards the front of the pack. See a couple of Grand Valley State Lakers that are involved in that group as well. Many more of these School of Mines runners, kind of mid-table, if you will. But again, now through 2K again, it is Horgan that is in first. His lead is all of 0.2 of a second, about a fifth of the way through the event. Knight from School of Mines second. Freza from Grand Valley State is third. Ethan Grolnick of School of Mines has worked his way up to fourth, and Joaquin Campos of Wingate is fifth. First time we have mentioned Aziz Mohammed's name of Northwest Missouri State, currently in sixth. Antonin St. Pierre of Wingate is in seventh. Saginaw Valley currently is in fourth. Adams State with runners that are 9th and 10th, and Campos and Begashaw. And Weldon Sheban of New Mexico Highlands is in that mix as well. But again, folks, the separation between first and 10th is all of 0.8 of a second. In terms of the team race, it is Wingate 1 and Adams State 2. Wingate currently with runners 5th, 7th, 10th, 16th, and 27th. And I continue to be amazed by the runners, friends, and family of Chico State. Again, in Chico, California, a little cooler than it normally would be. It's here than it would be there. So they have not been deterred by the conditions. Again, which for this time of year in southeastern Wisconsin, 40s and gray is pretty good. You'll take that. Wind has picked up slightly, more of the tune of 8 or 9 miles an hour. Again, not a significant breeze. And because this course is so tree-lined, it is obviously a really good wind block for the runners that are taking place. We're about 0.2 of a kilometer from our next time check. But I would say of this course, maybe 65 to 75% of the time that these athletes will run will be on the part of the course like this that is protected by the woods. Obviously, a lot of leaves down. It's been the case for the last 3 or 4 weeks in this part of the country. Still, fans have snaked their way back there to get a good look at friends, teammates, sons that are running in this event today. And we are so fortunate to have data at 8 different time checks over the course of 10 kilometers. Provide you with as much intel as we possibly can in this race. We are more or less now at the 1/3 mark of this event. Again, we're looking at 31-ish in terms of the minutes. Again, Horgan, the appropriately named Lewis Flyer. And again, if you're not familiar with Division II geography, Lewis, this is something of a home race as well for them. Lewis, Romeoville, Illinois, south side of Chicago, so not too far away. They would have a chance to run this course while not a conference full of Wisconsin parks anymore. They were for many years, not the case now. But Horgan has led from the start. He is 0.3 of a second clear. Fraza from Grand Valley State, Grolnick of School of Mines third. His teammate Paul Knight currently is fourth. Walton Sheban from New Mexico Highlands currently in fifth. Aziz Muhammad of Northwest Missouri State is in sixth. We mentioned Ahmed Ibrahim earlier. He won the 8K at this course back on September the 27th. The Charger from Alabama Huntsville, a senior, has worked his way into eighth. Ramon Rodriguez, one of our runners to watch, who finished second to Ibrahim in this event back at the end of September. He is currently in ninth. And Luis Janan, his teammate from Tiffin, is currently in 10th. So again, Tiffin will not factor in the team championship. They have just two athletes here. However, their runners are 9th and 10th, so the Dragons are making an outstanding showing here in the early stages of this event. From a team championship, you're now seeing Wingate get a little separation. All 5 of their runners are currently in the top 28. Great depth from Adams State. They're currently in second, but they do not have a runner currently in the top 10. It is a very fast-moving sea of humanity. And again, there really is not much separation at the top of the field. And I cited this at the previous time check. Well, at this time check, the top 10 are within a second of each other. 0.8 of a second is what separates 1 through 10 so far. We're coming up on our next series of splits, coming up here in a matter of moments. And again, more or less, we are running the 6K course, and then we kind of add another loop to it. But again, given the conditions, not exactly a surprise that we are running at a very fast pace, not to mention given what is at stake in today's race. In terms of our Team 5, it is Wingate 1, Adams State 2, School of Mines 3, Saginaw Valley 4, Grand Valley State 5. Reaching out to a top 10, Western Colorado is in 6th. Colorado Christian is in 7th. West Texas A&M is in 8th. Western Washington is in 9th. And Northwest Missouri is 10th. All right, we have our updated time split. They'll start to populate on the screen in a matter of moments. Horgan has dropped back, and again, by drop back, he's 0.6 of a second back. And he's not that far away. Ethan Grolnick currently is in first. Paul Knight is in second, so the Orediggers of the School of Mines currently running 1-2. Muhammad hanging behind those runners in third. Rodriguez now up to fourth. Kobe Fraza has backed off a little bit. The leading runner for Grand Valley State currently in fifth. Walton Sheban is in sixth. Borse of West Texas in seventh. Ian Rono from Texas A&M International. He is a freshman. In fact, he is the fastest freshman on the course right now, currently in 8th. St. Pierre of Wingate is in 9th, and Horgan is in 10th. But again, 0.6 of a second separate 1 through 10 in the individual total. Again, you see that Wingate is having a tremendous day as a team. That score always tends to update as we go, but right now Wingate has 5 athletes in the top 25. So we are almost at the halfway marker of this event. Wingate came in rated number 1. They have won the Southeast Regional each of the last 5 years. You see the fastest 5th runners that often break the team championship apart, and right now it is Wingate. You see part of their strength. As mentioned, Arthur Farouk currently in 25th. But a 29-point cushion, which again we're only halfway through the event, is certainly subject to change. But the last 2 years, this championship has been decided by 3 points and 9 points, respectively. But the teams that have done that are currently first and third. It is Adams State that is trying to crash the party. Of course, Adams State, tremendous program. Their best finish as of late were runner-up finishes in both 2019 and 2021. Some more timing and scoring starting to populate again here. Again, you will start to see the, I want to say start-finish line. There are two separate places, but same general area of the course. And the finish line has a veer to the right and has nowhere near the width of the general starting area, having to accommodate 34 teams. I think I remember in the notes the largest field of runners accommodated on this course was somewhere in the vicinity of 600 or so, 624 to be precise. We'll kind of veer towards that starting area, and we'll kind of run the northern portion of this course again, add some new terrain to it as well. But you will start to see sights you have seen now both in the women's race and again in the men's race. And that is a lead pack that now has some separation. But again, it is a lead pack of 10 to 15 to 20 student athletes. Wingate's lead now has a little more space to it. And Wingate with their top 5 runners all in the top 26. Same for Adams State, their top 5 all in the top 28. Wingate, though, has 3 runners running 2, 7, and 9. St. Pierre, Luca Papi, and Joaquin Campos. Adams State's best runner currently is in 10th. After we get past the 5K mark, we're right kind of in the middle of our next time check. So our next split comes with basically 2/3 of the course completed once we get to 6.8 kilometers. Trying to show you as many of the faces of the different schools that are competing. And as you would expect in a national championship level event, there is not a lot of separation. Nobody is exactly running slow in this event today. Hear the cheers of the hundreds, if not into the low thousands, that are here to cheer on teammates, friends, relatives. And we have run this race at a very brisk pace. About a half a kilometer away from our next time check. Top 5 teams continue to be Wingate, Adams State, School of Mines, Grand Valley State, and Saginaw Valley. And you're now starting to see a little more undulation. There's about a 60-foot difference between top end of this course and lower end of this course. And it's Kobe Fraza of Grand Valley State, Paul Knight of School of Mines, Ethan Grolnick of School of Mines. School of Mines has 3 runners currently in the top 20. Let me see exactly how things are shaping up for these teams 1 through 7. So we are hitting now the 2/3 mark of this event. Alabama, Huntsville, Adams State, Charleston, West Virginia, Chico State, Wingate, Franklin Pierce, Anderson, Nebraska, Kearney among some of the schools competing in this event. Westchester Rams being represented. It is a wonderful menagerie of team colors of academic institutions we can showcase to you. Anderson of South Carolina represented there relatively high up the field. As a team, Anderson currently is in 13th. Adams State College. We're now giving you the update at the 6.8 marker. Again, it'll start to populate on your screen in a matter of moments. But basically from 1 through 8, there is a 2-second gap, and let's narrow that. Let's cut that off between Knight of School of Mines at 7th, Drew Atkins of Northwest Missouri State in 8th. There's a 1-second gap there. So the top 7 are still within a second of each other. Adrian Lagaretta of West Texas A&M, one of the new names in that group. Samuel Gilson has now kicked in for Wingate as well. Team scores are starting to populate. And they will start to change as time goes along. We've referenced Evan Horgan of Lewis. He was out front early, hovering around 10. Several of his Lewis Flyer teammates now running through your screen. About a quarter of this course left to go. As you see, we're at 7.4K of this 10K championship. And trending towards a finish somewhere in the 30-minute range, which maybe is a little bit faster than expected. Next time check will be at the 8K marker. But as you see, we have basically our top 100 competitors are within a minute of the top. You see the splits that Aziz Muhammad is running for Northwest Missouri State. Wingate a 16-point lead over Adams State. Obviously then a pretty significant gap from second to third. So this does appear as of now, this could be a bit of a two-team race between Wingate and Adams State. Colorado School of Mines has dropped back a little bit. Well, they have 3 runners that are currently in the top 20. Right now their 5th place runner is in 46th, at least at last check. Approaching 2K left to go. And there you see the difference in terms of what each team's 5th runner is doing. Well, Adams State has 5 in the top 21. Difference right now is that Wingate has 2 of the top 6. St. Pierre is currently in 2nd. Samuel Gilson is currently in 6th. Again, we will have a time check coming up momentarily, and we'll have one more 7/10 from the finish line. But now you have seen the back end of the field that has made their way through, and we now return to our aerial coverage for a large chunk of these last 2K of this championship race. I thank our great production crew for the hard work they have put in over these last 2 days to bring this event to you. One of dozens of national championships that are seen on NCAA.com. Of course, primarily at the Division II and Division III level. It is St. Pierre that has the lead by 0.5 of a second at our 8K time check. Paul Knight of School of Mines is in 2nd. Julian Campos of Adams State is in 3rd. Lagaretta of West Texas A&M is in 4th. Weldon Chevon of Mexico Highlands is in 5th. Mohammed now in 6th. Samuel Gilson of Wingate is in 7th. One of our runners to watch in Begashaw of Adams State is in 8th. Kobe Fraza has backed up a little bit. He is currently in 9th. And again, you're starting to see, your eyes tell you this, the data tells you this. So St. Pierre and Knight have started to break away a little bit. So can you maintain this distance and this pace, knowing you've got kind of a K&a-half left to go? See, kind of going on the north and eastern border of campus. See the team tents, etc., starting to pop back into your screen. There'll be a right turn coming up here momentarily. A couple of nooks and crannies of the course, and we will work our way back to what you're about to see, the finish line right there. So it is not in direct line of sight, but you know that you are getting to the business end of the decision. And our winner on the women's side ended up winning by 6 seconds. We do not have a photo finish at the tape. Closest race in the women's race was frankly the team championship. It was won by Grand Valley State by 4 points. Approaching one final kilometer as we pass the 26-minute mark. And we'll weave through a wooded section again briefly. A couple of more turns and it is towards the finish line of this event. It is a lot of the usual suspects in terms of Wingate, Adams State, Colorado School of Mines, and Grand Valley State. We will hit our final time check in 2, make it now 1/10 of a kilometer. There is a final one at 9.3K. Pace has been blistering the entire time. We've got 2 solo leaders. Pack, I won't even say the pack, but as you can tell, we've now got runners that are trying to bridge that gap. We have really kind of 6 runners that have broken away. So this may be a 6-man race. There are 2 at the front. Can runners 3, 4, 5, and 6 catch? St. Pierre and Knight, the 2 runners we have highlighted on your screen in terms of what they have done from a split standpoint. Again, it is a quick turn, and all of a sudden daylight's about to approach out of this wooded section of the course. Down to 4/10 of a kilometer to go. This may be a 2-man finish. Again, you've got line of sight runners 3, 4, 5 in a group, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a group after that. It is St. Pierre of Wingate that has the last time check, a 1.8 second lead on Ketis Begashaw. Right now, runners from Adams State going 2 and 3. Adams State, the only school that has 2 runners in the top 8 currently. Begashaw starting to catch up. This looks like this will be a sprint to the finish. Again, Begashaw was one of our runners to watch coming in. Begashaw finished 4th in the 8K of this event. Runners were here on September the 27th. Again, you will see this left-hand turn, and this may be a sub-30 finish. Begashaw in front. You'll hear the roar of the crowd pick up, trying to lift these athletes to the finish line. And Begashaw looks like he may have enough distance to hold this off. Finish line is in sight. Begashaw, a 4th place finisher in 8K. In 10K, he is your winner. He is your national champion and will do so at 29:38. Lagaretta of West Texas will come in 3rd. Colorado School of Mines has a runner in 4th. That is Paul Knight. Fraza recovers for 5th. Adams State gets runners in 6th. Chevon then finishes after Evan Horrigan. So Horrigan was a great early leader of this race. And we had sub-30 finishers in terms of this championship. So the individual champion has been crowned. Now it becomes about the team championship, which is why that runner from Wingate was flying across the line so quickly. It's going to come down to Wingate and Adams State. But we will continue to track finishers. Adams State awfully happy about it, as they should be. And we will show you as many finishers as we possibly can. It appears that Wingate is going to win the team championship. And that is always subject to change, as the numbers tend to fluctuate a little bit. As runners get sorted out, finishers get sorted out as well. As you would expect, not a lot of separation. And you see that little extra kick from those that know that they are competing for a team championship. Even if your runner's 6 and 7, just trying to kind of blow things up for your competition. Congratulations to runners from Missouri Southern and Charleston on finishing their race. Cal U of PA. Saginaw Valley had a runner just cross the finish line. It appears that Wingate has had their top 5 finish all in the top 20. And we'll update that as time goes along. So we're about 2.5 minutes now after the conclusion of this race. As you can tell, there is a backup starting to form in the chute. Quickly, medical staff is over to help an athlete that clearly gave everything he had at the conclusion of the race. Congratulations to all of these qualifiers for the national championship, capping off a tremendous season. Nebraska Kearney having a couple of finishers here at the finish line. It frankly will not be long that all of these athletes will have crossed the finish line and ended their collegiate seasons. And of course, for many of these, this running's a sport you can do forever and be competitive, but to do so in a team environment will be the last time they have the honor of doing something along those lines. Embry-Riddle, well represented in today's championship. We've seen several of their runners start to fly by. And we could give you a clear winner in terms of Ketis Begashaw of Adams State. We're kind of waiting on timing and scoring to catch up to give you a more accurate representation of what the team champ is going to look like. And we certainly think it's Wingate, but want to give you the official numbers to be sure. They had a 13-point lead at the last time check, which obviously can change dramatically over the course of the final 0.7 of a kilometer. Skinner will stay with you until the last finisher crosses the line. And then coming up in approximately 25 minutes, we will have our award ceremony for both the men's and women's races today. We're now about 5 minutes past when our first finisher was able to cross the line. So just a few more athletes left to go. You get a look at the scene here at this course, which has served as a tremendous host. And that angle also kind of gave you a view as to just how much uphill kind of the start of this race is. It's a pretty significant climb to begin this race, but as you could also see, it didn't really separate anybody. That separation didn't happen until the final, say, 2 or 3K for the women's race, and really kind of a similar note for a longer race for the men. Handful more athletes left to go. Congratulations to all those that qualified and have finished here today. We will take a break. We want to make sure before we sign off the broadcast that we give you the accurate, again, we know the winner from an individual standpoint. We'll make sure we give you the accurate team numbers. So we will step aside, we'll come back, and we'll do that. We bring you back to Kenosha, Wisconsin, and the DII National Cross Country Course. This race is in the books. We'll tell you more about it when we return on NCAA.com. Member at the NCAA Division II level. Again, the DII National Cross Country Course is the site of this year's championship. The race has been run. Again, Keenis Begashaw of Adams State is going to be your individual champion. However, we're still kind of waiting on timing and scoring just to make sure we paint the accurate picture for you in terms of what the team championship is going to look like. It's going to come down between Wingate and Adams State. But unfortunately, a bit of a hitch in the giddy up in terms of what timing and scoring looks like, so we can give you an official margin. In the last couple of years, Wingate has been involved in the decision. Runners up to Colorado School of Mines last year. Defeated School of Mines by 9. This is going to be Adams State's best finish, whether it's win or lose, in the last 4 seasons. But as you can see, everybody is kind of waiting on pins and needles as to exactly how this is going to play out. And we will have the award ceremony, which will be in the vicinity of 1:15 p.m. In our women's race, Spence of Adams State, your individual champion. Grand Valley, your team champions. And everybody kind of checking their phones, doing the same thing we're doing, just waiting for the exact results to play out. And you can see by the emotion there, while this is a sport that is both men's and women's, and obviously going to run separate races, these athletes spend so much time together. This is one team. Maybe time to get the cold weather gear on after completing the race for the athletes from Wingate. Again, temperatures here in the mid-40s. Which for this part of the country this time of year is not too bad. If you're from North Carolina, you're a little concerned about current temperatures here. And at last time check, Wingate had led Adams State by 13 points. But that is not the finish. That's at 9.3 and not at 10K. There was a sizable enough margin between Wingate and Adams State. And we think it's going to come down to those two. See the athletes from Nebraska Kearney posing for a picture to the right of those from Wingate. You see, you kind of have this tent city that pops up in and around the start-finish line. So we'll play the waiting game with you. Fans starting to head towards the podium, knowing a celebration in one shape or another is about to get started. And the amount of miles that these athletes put in on a weekly basis is clearly a sight to behold. There is a sense of accomplishment getting to the final race of the season. And knowing that for many of these athletes, it will start back up again after the Thanksgiving holiday. Getting ready for the indoor track and field season, of course, followed by the outdoor season by the time we get to the middle of March. Focus might be a little bit more on the academic side, knowing that finals are in the not too distant future, just 2 or 3 away. So I think we have now the updated timing and scoring. So again, Ketis Begashaw won by 2 seconds. St. Pierre second, Adrian Lagaretta third, Paul Knight fourth, Kobe Fraza of Grand Valley State fifth, Julian Campos in sixth, Evan Horrigan seventh, Weldon Shebot of Mexico Highlands 8th, Samuel Gilson of Wingate 9th, and Ramon Rodriguez from Tiffin finishes in 10th. Again, our top 8 finishers were all sub 30 minutes today. Now, from a team standpoint, what we thought was the case is now confirmed. Wingate wins by 9 points. Their 5 runners place 2, 8, 11, 16, and 25. Adams State, the runner-up by 9 points. Their 5 runners finish 1, 6, 18, 19, 27. Rounding out the top 5, Colorado School of Mines, Grand Valley State, and Western Colorado. Those are the top 11 finishers that you see on your screen. So Wingate will claim a national championship, and they will do so for a second time in 4 years. Wingate now has finished first or second in each of the last 4 years that we have contested this championship. So congratulations to all of these student athletes for finishing the race, literally, to get to this point and enjoy this moment of a season coming to an end at a national championship level. Wingate, the runners-up by 3, winners by 9. Runners-up by a significant margin in 2022, but that does not change the fact that they have finished first or second in the nation in each of the last 2 years. You still see there's just kind of a couple of tense moments maybe to make sure that those results are official. I think they know now. We may have had the access to that data before the team did. Well, congratulations to Wingate on a well-earned national championship. So, awards to follow. We'll have those coming up to you as soon as we are ready to bring them to you. The kids from Wingate might be celebrating up and through those awards at this point. Again, Wingate 1, Adams State 2, School of Mines 3, Grand Valley 4, and Western Colorado 5. Rounding out your top 5 in the team championship, Ketis Begashaw of Adams State is your NCAA Division II national champion for 2025. Stay tuned. Our awards come your way in a matter of moments, so stay with us. You're watching the 2025 NCAA Division II Cross Country Championships here on NCAA.com.
Award for the 2025 NCAA Women's Cross Country Championship with a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 in biology is Ella Bulkey from the University of Nebraska-Kearney. Ella, please come forward and accept your award from our member of the committee here in the Cross Country Championships. And again, that is Ella Bulkey of the University of Nebraska-Kearney. Go Lopers. And we'll switch gears here, folks, and we'll switch genders to talk about the recipient of the Elite Scholar Athlete Award for the 2025 NCAA Men's Cross Country Championship with a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 in electrical engineering and mathematics is Dylan Labonte of Southern New Hampshire University. Congratulations, Dylan. Let's hear it one more time for Ella and Dylan, your Elite Scholar Athlete Award winners in the Division II ranks. Folks, we're going to pivot to now the top 40 All-American performers on the women's side of the competition. Ladies, you'll notice that your awards are on the left side, stage left. Men will be on stage right. So when you hear your name, work your way towards the left side to receive your medal. When we will count down, we'll honor the top 40 women's individual finishers from today's competition. Student athletes, again, as I announce your name, please proceed to the award stand to be recognized. We will start with our 40th place finisher today from West Texas A&M, Abigail Abaguirre. And it might take some time to filter in and have everybody here, so we'll keep rolling along. Jillian, in 39th place from Nova Southeastern, Jillian Thorning. And athletes will line you up on the stage as you see happening here. We'll continue in the rotation now with our 38th place finisher from the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, Ksenia Nikanorov. I might get that one right one time in my life, Nikanorov. In 37th place, your next athlete, we'll give them a second. It's a big field house here to make their way. Your 37th place finisher from Colorado Mesa, Megan Hodges. Finishing in 36th place today from Wingate, Carlin Messman. Your 35th place finisher today from Colorado School of Mines, Margot Bassart. Your 34th place finisher today from Winona State, Sophia Taru. Finishing in 33rd place today from West Texas A&M, Sarah Humson. And I'll go to our 32nd place finisher from Western Colorado, Peyton Weiss. Your 31st place finisher today from Cedarville, Emily Walsh. Finishing in 30th place today from Cal Poly Pomona, Vivian Martinez. Your 29th place finisher from Lee, Estella Clemens. Your 28th place finisher from West Texas A&M, Naomi Otto. Finishing in 27th place today from CSU Pueblo, Olivia Drodes. Your 26th place finisher today from Lee, Maria Mitchell. Finishing in 25th place today from Wingate, Abby Brooks. Your 24th place finisher today from Stanislaus State, Annie Wild. Finishing in 23rd place from Pittsburgh State, Hannah Gibson. Finishing in 22nd place today from Grand Valley State, Maggie O'Malley. Your 21st place finisher from Chico State, Irash Molina. Finishing in 20th place today from Colorado School of Mines, Sierra Wall. And folks, you'll recognize a pattern with the next two, finishing in 19th from Wingate, Kiara Bester. Finishing in 18th from Wingate, Abigail Bester. Finishing in 17th place today from Grand Valley State, Natalie Miller. Your 16th place finisher from Western Colorado, Lauren Wilson. Finishing in 15th place today from Grand Valley State, Allie Arnsman.
Yes. Get this first. You put that one on.
Your 14th place finisher today from Colorado State University Pueblo, Camille Renaud. Finishing in 13th place today from Hillsdale, Allison Kuzma. Your 12th place finisher from Fort Hays State, Emily McCullough. Finishing in 11th place today from Grand Valley State, Lauren Kiley. Finishing in 10th place today from Pittsburgh State, Paige Mullen. Finishing in 9th place today from Colorado School of Mines, Lexi Herb. Finishing in 8th place from Adams State, Ava O'Connor. Your 7th place finisher from Colorado School of Mines, Emily Lamina. Your 6th place finisher from Grand Valley State, Abby Vanderkool. Finishing in 5th place today from Western Colorado, Allison Beasley. Finishing in 4th place from Fort Lewis, Hannah Hartwell. And now our top 3 individual finishers in the 2025 NCAA Division II Women's Cross Country Championship. Finishing in 3rd place, the senior from Walsh, Claire Ruffman. In the 2025 national runner-up from the Orediggers of the Colorado School of Mines, Grace Strongman. And folks, the 2025 national champion with a time of 20 minutes, 11 seconds even, 6 seconds ahead of the field, the junior from Adams State, Tristan Smith.
For the picture, the front row, if you guys can stand right in front of the stage,
We'll get a slight reorganization on the stage. And while we do it, folks, a big round of applause for your top 40 finishers in the women's 6-kilometer championship. Hard-earned All-American finishes here on the women's side of the competition on the Wayne E. Donnell National Course here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Ladies, I think the cue is to put those trophies and medals up in the air. Give the people what they want. Points in the books there as the Grizzlies go 1, 8, 50, 53, and 56 to close out the scoring column. They receive that fourth place podium trophy from their athletic director, Caitlin Smith, member of the cross-country committee here, and the coaching staff joining on the stage. And now finishing in third place with a team total score of 131 points, Wingate. The Bulldogs are coached by a great package done for the Bulldogs. They finished 16, 17, 23, 34, and 41 in the scoring column. And now your 2025 national runner-up in the team competition on the women's side with 69 points. The highest finish in program history, Colorado School of Mines.
right, you got it.
The Ordigers go 2, 7, 9, 18, and 33 to round out the scoring column. 69 points on the day. The 2025 NCAA Division II Women's Cross Country Team National Champion with a score of 65 points. Grand Valley State. The Lakers are coached by head coach Jerry Baltus. Go 6, 11, 15, 17, 22, 53, 63. Abby Vanderkoy, Lauren Kiley, Allie Arnsman, Natalie Mello, Maggie O'Malley, Landon Howell, and Karen Karate. Your champion squad for the Lakers.
Y'all can move a little. You guys have room. You don't have to shield.
And congratulations there to the Lakers of Grand Valley State, their 8th national title since 2000. A perennial powerhouse here in the Division II side of the competition. If you want to stay with us, we're going to switch gears and move right along to the men's side of the competition, and we will start with the men's individual awards. Like you saw on the women's side, gentlemen, if you want to come up, receive your award on the right side of the stage. Join the stage, line it up, and we'll keep it moving here. We'll start with our top 40 men's individual finishers, and again, join us on stage. Finishing in 40th place today from Western Colorado, Esteban Reyes. 39th place today from the University of Nebraska-Kearney, Nick Abdallah. Your 38th place finisher from Alaska Anchorage, Ty Elliott. Finishing in 37th place today from Wingate, Lars Liros. Your 36th place finisher today from Colorado School of Mines, Max Bonenberger. Your 35th place finisher today from Fayetteville State, Franklin Kipchirchir. Finishing in 34th place today from Palm Beach Atlantic, Colton Lee. Finishing in 33rd place today from Colorado School of Mines, Ethan Grolnick. Finishing in 32nd place today from Saginaw Valley, Nick McArdle. Your 31st place finisher today from Adams State, Max Aldrich. Your 30th place finisher today from West Texas A&M, Matthews Burse. Finishing in 29th place today from Wingate, Joaquin Campos. Finishing in 28th place today from Colorado Christian, Matthew Storr. Finishing in 27th place today from Grand Valley State, Bahashoni Church. You're finishing in 26th place today from Saginaw Valley, Corey Bowers. Finishing in 25th place today from Alaska Anchorage, John Peckham. Finishing in 24th place today from Western Colorado, Jan Tives. Finishing in 23rd today from Adams State, Houssam Harabi. Finishing in 22nd place today, his teammate from Adams State, Danyam Youssef. place today from Cal Poly Pomona, Ricardo Vargas. Finishing in 20th place today from Wingate, Arthur Farrow. Finishing in 19th place today from Grand Valley State, Connor Summers. Finishing in 18th place today from Western Colorado, Oliver Diaz. Finishing in 17th place today from Colorado School of Mines, Dawson Gunn. Finishing in 16th place today from Washburn, Donald Quebec. Finishing in 15th place today from Wingate, Luca Pape. Finishing in 14th place today from Northwest Missouri, Drew Atkins. Finishing in 13th place today, his teammate from Northwest Missouri, Aziz Muhammad. Finishing in 12th place today from Tiffin, Louis Giannini. Finishing in 11th place today from Texas A&M International, Ian Rono.
Let's go, Ian! Dust Devils, baby!
Finishing in 10th place today from Tiffin, Ramon Rodriguez. Finishing in 9th place today from Wingate, Samuel Gilson. Finishing in 8th place today from New Mexico Highlands, Weldon Chiba. Finishing in 7th place today from Lewis, Evan Horgan. Finishing in 6th place today from Adams State, Julian Campos. Finishing in 5th place today from Grand Valley State, Kobe Fraser. Finishing in 4th place today from Colorado School of Mines, Paul Knight. And now, fans, your top 3 individual finishers in the 2025 NCAA Division II Men's Cross Country Championship. Finishing in 3rd place, the senior from West Texas A&M, the Buffs, Adrian Legarreta. And now your 2025 national runner-up for the Bulldogs of Wingate, Antonin St. Pierre. And folks, here he is. He came on like a freight train over the final kilometer, 29:38.8. The senior from Adams State, Kidis Degashaw, your national champion.
For a picture so we can see everybody. If I get the front row, can let's stand off the stage.
Let's hear it for our top 40 performers here in the Fieldhouse. Your All-Americans in men's Division II cross country.
Look up. Look up.
Team results. I don't know what's
And we'll keep rolling here, folks. We need to move on to the men's team awards. We'll start with the team that finished in 4th place today with a team tally of 122 points. Grand Valley State. The Lakers are coached by Jerry Baltus and staff. Grand Valley State goes 5, 15, 23, 37, and 42 in the scoring column.
You guys can go.
No, I gotta see that.
Gate.
See right
Finishing in third place with a team total of 121 points, one ahead of the competition, the Orediggers of Colorado School of Mines. The Orediggers are coached by Chris Seamers and staff. School of Mines goes 4, 13, 29, 30, and 45 to close out the scoring column. Now your 2025 national runner-up on the men's side of the competition with a team total of 71 points. Adams State University. Coached by head coach Damon Martin and staff. The Grizzlies go 1, 6, 18, 19, and 27 to close out the scoring. Folks, we got a big announcement here as we go to the 2025 NCAA Division I Men's Cross Country Team National Champions with a tally of 62 points. Wingate. The Bulldogs are coached by Paul Lynch and staff. 62 points in the scoring column. 2, 8, 11, 16. 25 the scorers for the team of Antonin St. Pierre, Samuel Gilson, Luca Pape, Arthur Farrell, Joaquin Campos, Lars Laros, and Alex Durant. The Bulldogs now have won 2 of the last 4 titles here in the Division II ranks.